Hello everyone, good morning or good afternoon as per your respective time zones. On behalf of entire Mastec Managed Services team, we would like to welcome you all to the 25B Supply Chain Management Inventory Advisory webinar session. This important session is to keep you fully synchronized with the new features and functionalities as part of this quarterly release that Oracle provides. My name is Sachin Mishra and I am an Oracle SCM consultant at Mastec Managed Services team. Today, I'm your host for this session, and I'm glad to introduce my colleague, Mohammad Ali Mudassir, who is part of our vast supply chain team at Mastic. Today, he will take us through all the inventory management updates for 25B quarter release. This session is planned for around 45 to 60 minutes, and we will make sure that we also leave some time to answer all your questions that you may have. We also have a panelist available, Jamaluddin Sheikh. So you can ask any questions to chat or question panel. Before we move to the agenda, let's have a quick look at the important disclaimer. We would like to convey you our approach towards the Oracle updates in a very simpler method. We will be taking you through vital analysis for the 25B updates done by our experts, which will help you incorporating new features and updates easily into the system. Also, we will sync you on any bugs, known issues, if there are any. It's good to have an interactive session, so please do ask questions through chat or question panel. We will answer them at the end of the session. And in case if we run out of time, so we will make sure to respond you back by connecting you at later stage. So to answer all your questions that you may have. So list of new features coming into 25B, detailing features you get brief understanding on what new features are all about. The next one is business benefits and the important takeaway for you as a decision maker. So there are four components which we have done in-depth analysis of features like we are going to present to you. The first one is impact level analysis, which demonstrate the impact on the end user. If it is low impact, then regression testing can be avoided. But if it is high, then we need to opt for regression testing. Second one is which we are all aware that there are some features which are by default auto-enabled by Oracle, and there are some which we need to opt for. Third one highlights the nature of the feature. There would be certain configurations which may be required or some can be used without any changes. And the last one is obviously a quick win. This term we use to simply convey that what is ready to use by investing minimum amount of time and what requires significant amount of time and efforts to make use of this feature. So with this, now I'm handing over to my colleague, Mohammad Ali Mudassir. Uh, Please unmute yourself and all the best. The stage is yours.
Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Ali. I hope you guys are doing well. I will be starting the session. I will be showing you, I will be explaining about the new features we have in Oracle 25B inventory management. And I'll show you all the details. I'll share all the new features we have. First feature, first of all, I would like to give you a disclaimer that all the new features, all the updates that we have in 25B with regards to inventory management, all of them are pretty much related to interface, and some has the AI capabilities as well. I will be taking through all these new features. The first feature we have here is manage, configure item, and view their structures. This feature is available on the Redwood page, and this is where you can see the configure items at one place, configure item as well as the completed item at one place. And this page also uses the generative AI to update the item descriptions according to the options that you select, and it also gives you the ability to if you want to make any changes to the item description, it gives you some sort of suggestions as well based on the components that you select. There are a number of benefits available using this page. You can search and manage the configure items on a single page. It's a one-stop. You can view the configured items, sales structure, and the completed structure as well. You can manage the configure item exceptions. You can use the generative AI to update the configure item description. Like I said, it gives you some sort of suggestion as well while you are updating it. And at the same time, you can update the configure item types as well. The impact is low. We do have to manually enable this feature. There is some sort of configuration required for you to be able to use this particular feature, and it's a quick win for the business. I'll also show you how how the other features are going to be useful in the 25B and in the Redwood pages as well. Okay, so let's move down to the second feature that we have, and it is related to the inventory management. Right. So the second feature we have is review consumption advice in supplier portal using the Redwood page. So now the suppliers can use the supplier portal. When they log into the application, they will see the consigned inventory option over there. This is how the page will look like for the suppliers. They will be able to click on this consigned inventory section, and it will take them further inside where they'll be able to view the consumption details as well. They will be able to see what consigned inventory is owned by them and what has been consumed, so that they will be able to proactively start preparing for the invoicing process as well. This page, once they click on the consigned inventory option, it will navigate them to this page where they'll have more detailed information about the consigned inventory. This is a feature that has significantly low impact. We do not have to actually manually enable it. There's no configuration required, but it is still considered a quick win for the business. Right, let me proceed further. Let me go to the next new feature. Each pending transaction using a Redwood page. A pending transaction is either a transaction that is struck due to some error. It is actually very important for any organizations to have a clear understanding and have a clear view of these pending transactions, so that they'll be able to fix these pending transactions and they'll be able to maintain the inventory and cost accurately. This feature actually is available on the Redwood page. Show you how the page looks like. This is how the page looks like. There are plenty of things that an organization can do while using this particular. Then they'll be able to delete the pending transactions. This is how the page will look like. They will have all the options. They can select multiple transactions in error. They can make changes by clicking on the action button, or if they want, they can delete these pending transactions. The impact level is significantly low. We don't have to manually enable any option for this. This is readily available. There's no configuration required, and it is still considered a quick win for the business. I'll move on to the next option, next feature. This is called, this is a new feature available, which is called Youth Saved Searches on Redwood page. So now you will be able to save certain pages. For example, while we perform operations on a daily basis in a warehouse or in an inventory organization, we will be searching for a lot of different items or different pages. With this new feature, we will be able to save this search. This is the place where you will be able to click on it, and you will be able to create a save search. whenever we want to navigate to this page, we just have to go to our save search, and it will take you right onto the exact page. There are a lot of pages where you can save your searches, like the item attributes, the item transactions, item quantity, consigned inventory, of course, transfer order, on the receiving page as well, in the return page as well. There are a lot of pages where you will be able to use this particular option. The impact is low. We do not actually have to manually enable it. There's no configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. It actually helps a lot of people doing their day-to-day jobs in a quick manner. Right. The next 25B feature we have is the used inventory management landing page. This is a page where the inventory managers will be able to have a quick view on what exactly is going on within the inventory organization. It gives them a very clear understanding about all the key activities that are going to happen or that are happening in the inventory organization right now. They will be able to see the cycle counts that are pending in the next 7 days or in the last 7 days, or there's an option you can select the date as well. It can be 1 week, it can be 30 days. It can also show you the key performance indicator. You just have to, I'll show you the page, how it looks like. This is how it looks like. You have the option to view it for a specific inventory organization, or if you want, you can view it for the other organizations. You just have to select the exact inventory organization by clicking on this particular option. You have the actions menu on the right hand side. You just have to click there and navigate to the task that you're going to use. There are plenty of actions that you can perform on this page using this Redwood feature. You can manage inventory quantities, inventory item shortages, start a new pick wave or inbound shipments as well. There are plenty of options that you can do here. This can be, a useful place for the warehouse managers to keep an eye to see what's happening in the inventory organization. The impact is low. We do not have to manually enable it. Configuration is required. Some sort of configuration is required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. Right. Let me move on to the next option. Okay. The next option we have is the use the improved inventory management landing page. Here's where the inventory workers will be able to have a very clear understanding of what exactly is going on. Okay. This is where they will be able to see what comes in, what goes out of the inventory, what moves around within the inventory organization. Okay. This is how the page actually looks like. They will be able to select the scorecards, which scorecard to view. They will be able to see the shipment details as well. They will be able to see other important information within this page. This is a very useful page for people who are managing the inventory organization on a day-to-day basis. It has quite a few actions as well. They can manage inventory. They can go to the inventory item storage area. It will navigate you to plenty of different pages where you perform your day-to-day work. All right. The impact is low. We do not actually have to manually enable this option. There is some sort of configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the. So the next update we have in 25B is manage transaction sources and transaction source types as well, all of them on the Redwood page itself. So I'll just say that your organization, donates plenty of items to a charitable organization, for example. So in that situation, you might have to create a different transaction source. Let's just say the transaction source is donation, and let's say the source type is um, issue to charity, right? On this page, you will be able to create new transaction sources as well as transaction source types as well. You will be able to view the existing transaction sources and transaction source types. You will be able to amend those existing transaction sources and types. This is a one place for you to create or manage the transaction sources and types. This is how the page looks like. This is where if you want to create a new transaction source type or a transaction source, you just have to click on new. Here you'll be able to see all the transaction sources that are created by the users or by the systems as well. You'll see under the defined by section, you'll be able to amend it, you'll be able to delete, you'll be able to create new ones. Impact is quite low. We do have to manually enable it. There's no configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. New update. The next new update we have here is manage picks using a Redwood page. A pick is actually an instruction for a particular material to be moved from one place to another place within an inventory organization or around the organization itself, right? So on the Redwood pick landing page, you can pick all the organizations or a specific one if you're performing some duties within a specific organization. It has the in-app navigation that takes you to the pick lines and the picks details page as well. So you will be able to see the pick lines first, and if you want to see the details, you will be able to drill down and you'll be able to see the pick details as well. This is how the page looks like, right? And this is where you see the pick or all the picks. This is where you will be able to select a different organization if you're looking for one. This is where you'll find all the organizations, and this is where you see the pick lines and the pick details as well. You just have to switch to the different tab. All right. Impact is quite low. We don't have to manually enable it. There is some sort of configuration required, and it's a quick win for the business. The next option, okay. So the next update we have is manage cycle count sequence using a Redwood page. So now with this update, we will be able to manage our cycle count sequence on the Redwood page itself. So this page is a very user-friendly page, actually. It looks like this. Here you will be able to find the cycle counts by the number or by the descriptions as well. You will be able to see the pending counts. By default, it actually takes you to the pending count section. However, you will be able to switch to the completed counts as well. And at the same time, you will be able to update the counted count as well. So this is a one page where you will be able to perform all the cycle count activities. This makes it makes it quite convenient for the people who perform cycle count on a daily basis. Okay, here the impact is low, and we don't have to manually enable it. Yes, we do have to manually configure it, and it's a quick win for the business. Yeah, let me move on to the next option we have. This is all we can do on the cycle count page, actually. This is where it takes you, and this is where you will be able to perform the activities. Okay, now the next update we have on in 25B is use locator on transfer orders. So earlier, in the earlier releases, we did not have the option to select a locator when we were creating the transfer order, even though the sub-inventory was locator control sub-inventory. Even then, we were not able to select a locator while we were doing the transfer order. However, with this new update, we will be able to select the default, we will be able to select the locator as well, for the source and the destination as well. So provided that both of the source and destination sub-inventory is locator control sub-inventory, we will be able to select this. It's quite a friendly user interface actually, where you will see that you will be able to select the sub-inventory and locator as well. So this is a new improvement actually to track down the transfer order down to the details. Okay, now the impact is low. We do have to enable it manually. There's no configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. Okay, all right. So the next update we have is, give me just one sec. Yeah, the next update we have is the manage reservation using a Redwood page. A reservation actually connects available inventory supplies to a specific demand, like a sales order. For example, you can reserve items for an important customer to make sure that they are available when needed. Now, with the new Redwood reservation page, you can create, view, and edit reservations easily. You can see the reservations for all organization or just for a specific organization, like this, and here you will be able to select the specific organization and see the updates actually. And this helps you manage your inventory promises more accurately actually. Make sure that key orders are fulfilled on time, and we keep our customers happy. Right. Impact is low, and we do not have to manually enable it. There is configuration required. We do have to set up some configuration, and it's a quick win for the business. Right, let me move on to the next available feature. Okay, the next available feature we have here is the review consigned inventory. A review consigned inventory in the supplier portal. Like we just discussed, earlier we discussed about how the suppliers can view the consumption advice. Same way, they will be able to view the consigned inventory within their supplier portal. It's just that they have to go log into the supplier portal. Then once they're logged in, they will have to click on consigned inventory. Takes them further. I'm sorry. Yeah, it takes them further down where they'll be able to see the consigned inventory details. It's actually a very good feature for suppliers. Earlier they were dependent on the customer to send them the consigned inventory details in a report format. Now they don't need to wait for the customer to send that. They have quite a few tabs once they go to the consigned inventory. They have quite a few tabs. The consigned inventory tab shows the stock that the supplier still owns in the customer organization. They can actually sort the item by expiry date, by due date in the next 7 days or next 30 days. There's another section called advice, where the supplier will be able to see clearly the consumption details. Supplier can use this to start the invoicing process proactively. This new setup makes it easier for suppliers to track their inventory, understand what has been already used, and get paid for faster. This is a very useful feature for the suppliers. Suppliers have been, suppliers will be very, very happy to use this feature. And just give me one sec. Yeah. The impact is quite low. We do have to manually enable it, and we don't have to manually enable it. It's automatically enabled, and it's a quick win for the business. And there is some sort of configuration required for this. Let me move on to the next new option, which is use additional pick slip grouping and pick slip grouping rules criteria actually. Pick slip grouping rules help decide how picking tasks are organized after a pick wave is run. For example, you can group all items from the same order onto one pick. Now you can also group pick slip by item category or by item zone as well. This is quite helpful. Zone grouping will let the warehouse manager assign pickers to a specific area, and item category grouping will help keep incompatible or sensitive items separate from other items. Right? This is how the page will look like. This actually makes picking safer, faster, and more organized for the inventory organization people. All right. Fact is median. We do have to manually enable it. There is no configuration required, and it's a quick win for the business. All right, let me move on to the next new feature. The next new feature we have is manage material statuses using a Redwood page. Like I said in the beginning, all the new updates we have in 25B is somehow related to Redwood or the generative AI capabilities. So this new feature, material status control, helps you manage how and when parts of your inventory can be used. For example, you can block items in a certain sub-inventory from being picked or shipped, right? Now with the new Redwood material statuses page, you can easily manage these controls with a better user experience. What else you can do here is you can view existing material statuses. You can create new material statuses. You can edit or delete the existing material statuses, or you can duplicate a status by just quickly create a similar one. Right? You can see allowed or blocked transactions. You can access this feature from setup and maintenance area very quickly. This makes it easier to control inventory usage and ensure only the right items are used in the right way. Okay. The impact is low. We do have to manually enable it. There's no configuration required, and it's a quick win for the business. Okay. Quickly move on to the next new, which is, okay. The next new feature in 25B is confirm picks using a Redwood page. So in a smaller warehouse that uses paper-based picking, you can often record the picked quantities after the picking is actually done. Now you can do this easily using the Redwood page in Oracle as well. You can search for pick slips with open picks or confirmed picks, right? On this page, you can filter like pick slip type, sales order, transfer order number, destination, sub-inventory, etc. There are a lot of filters that you can use on this particular page. You can enter picked quantities quickly in a structured flow. You can add details like sub-inventory, source of inventory, locators, country of origin, project and task, which are optional, of course. Lot and serial numbers for serial control items. You can also update packing units for multiple picks. You can also handle overpick and move transactions. This new Redwood page makes it faster, easier to confirm picks and record picking activities. Okay. There are some business benefits as well. This feature provides you the ability to efficiently record your picks quantity with improved user experience. The impact is low. We do not manually have to enable this option. There is configuration setup required, and it's not a quick win. It's not considered a quick win by Oracle. Let me move on to the next option, which is manage unit of measure usages using a Redwood page. Again, we are going to describe how you can manage unit of measure usages on a Redwood page now. Right? With 25B update, Oracle introduces a new Redwood page to manage unit of measure usages. This feature allows you to define default stocking unit of measures at the organization level as well as the sub-inventory level. It helps ensure consistency when storing, replenishing, counting, or issuing items. Now you can easily view, create, edit, or delete unit of measure usages directly from the setup and maintenance work area, all with the improved and user-friendly Redwood interface. This is how the page looks like. This is where you will be able to create new unit of measure usages. You can delete the existing one or make amendments to the existing one. Right? The business benefit is this feature provides you the ability to manage your default stocking unit of measure setups at the same page with the Redwood interface. The impact is low. We do have to manually enable this option. This is not a default option available. We have to manually enable it. There's no configuration required, and it's definitely considered a quick win for the business. Right, let me move on to the next new feature, which is improved sorting of source picking locations during pick confirm. Right. With the 25 update, Oracle improves the mobile picking experience by allowing picking agents to sort open picks line by locator order, ascending or descending within a locator controlled sub-inventory. This means pickers can now move through the warehouse in a logical sequence, reducing backtracking and improving picking efficiencies during pick confirmations. So they will be able to move in a logical order. They don't have to come back and do the other picking activities. This feature, the business benefit is this feature gives your picking agents the ability to move in efficiently throughout the warehouse while completing the picking task. This is how the page looks like for the picking agents. Right, they can access this from their mobile devices as well, their handheld devices as well. This is how the page looks like. It's quite user-friendly. The impact is low. We do not have to manually enable it. We do have to set up some configurations for this, and it is considered a quick win for at least the picking agents in the warehouse. Right, let me move on to the next new feature, which is manage reservation interface record using a spreadsheet. Right. With Oracle 25B introduces a new way to manage reservation interface errors more efficiently using a spreadsheet now. If reservations created via REST or FBDI fail due to incorrect data, you can now review and fix this error records using an Excel sheet powered by the Visual Builder add-ins. From the inventory management work area, simply launch the download reservation interface record in the spreadsheet and update the pending records directly from the spreadsheet itself, making error correction faster and easier for the inventory management people. This is how the spreadsheet will look like for them once they downloaded it. And the business benefit is this feature provides the ability to efficiently review manage reservations. You know, this will actually make the life of the inventory organization people quite easier, because they will be able to manage all these errors, rectify these errors within the spreadsheet itself. The impact is low. We do not have to manually enable it. We do have to do the configuration setup for this, and it's a quick win for the business. Right. Let me move on to the next new option, which is define pull sequence and generate production and inter-organization Kanban cards. So now we are moving to the Kanban activities now. In Oracle 25, Kanban functionality is extended to support inter-organization and production Kanban cards. Right now, you can define pull sequences not just within a single organization or from a supplier, but across organizations, linking source and destination locations now. Once an empty Kanban card is scanned, Oracle automatically generates a transfer order. And you can track its progress through statuses like in progress, in transit, or full. This helps streamline material replenishment in lean and just-in-time environment across the entire supply chain. Right. This is how the pull sequence page looks like. Right. This is where they will be providing all this information. The impact is low. We don't have to manually enable it actually, but we do have to do some configuration setup. But it is still not considered a quick win as per Oracle. New feature. The next new feature we have is manage and track supplier Kanban cards through the supplier portal. Right. So with Oracle 25B, supplier Kanban management is now enhanced through the Redwood supplier portal. Suppliers can quickly view, track, fulfill Kanban orders using a dedicated Kanban navigation card. This is how it looks like. They can print Kanban cards for clear visibility and coordination between suppliers and manufacturing or inventory organizations as well. Right. Let me go back to the previous slide. The impact is low. We do not have to manually enable it. Configuration, there's no configuration required, and it is not considered a quick win because it's a benefit for the supplier. Right. Let me move on to the next new feature, which is implement a temporary Kanban card for short-term use. For short-term demand, actually. With Oracle 25, with 25B, Oracle introduces temporary Kanban cards to handle short-term or unexpected demand spikes, like for prototyping or urgent projects. You can now extend pull sequence to add temporary Kanban cards, set maximum number of replenishment or cancellation date as well, and manage just like a regular Kanban card. Once the limit date is reached, the Kanban is automatically canceled, giving you a flexible way to manage non-recurring material needs. This is how the page looks like. It's low. We do not have to manually enable it. We do have to do some configuration to be able to use this particular feature, and it is not considered a quick win for the business. All right, let me move on to the next new feature, which is analyze Kanban activity using Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence and Business Intelligence Cloud Connector. And with Oracle 25B, now you can analyze Kanban activities using OTBI. The new inventory Kanban activity real-time subject area lets you create real-time reports, dashboards to track Kanban activities. You can also combine Kanban data with other subjects for deeper insights, or extract it. You can just extract it using BICC for integration with external reporting tools or data warehouse. All right. This is how the page actually looks like. This is where you will be able to extract all the details we just discussed. And the business impact is low. We do have to manually enable it. There's no configuration required, and it's not considered a big win. We move on to the next 25B new feature, which is default sub-inventory and locator if an item is only assigned to a single location. Right. With 25B, Oracle 25B actually simplifies this inventory transaction in strategic storage environment by automatically defining the sub-inventory and a locator when an item is assigned to only one location, without needing item transaction defaults. This enhancement reduces manual entry and speeds up processes like miscellaneous transactions, especially on a mobile device or a handheld device, where defaults now populates automatically when starting with just an item. Okay, this is how it looks like on a handheld device. Business benefit is this feature saves you a lot of time and effort by not requiring you to provide the entire information. You just have to select the item which is stored in one location, and it will automatically pick up the item defaults. The impact is low. We do have to manually enable this option. There's no configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. Let me move on to the next new feature, which is create reports to monitor Kanban activities using Kanban activity real-time subject area in OTBI. Right. In 25B, you can now use OTBI to create real-time reports on Kanban activities using the new inventory Kanban activity time subject area. This lets you track and analyze Kanban replenishments based on actual consumptions, helping you monitor performances and make data-driven decisions in time, just in time to manage your inventory processes more efficiently. Right. The business benefit for this particular feature is it provides you the ability to create personalized reports for your Kanban activities, for you to be able to effectively manage and analyze the data. The business impact is low. We do have to manually enable this particular new feature. There's no configuration required. It is considered a quick win for the business. Right. Let me move on to the next new feature, which is the last feature with regards to inventory management. This new feature is automatically transact goods based on par count for quantity tracked par locations. Okay. Oracle 25B introduces the ability to automatically update on-hand quantities for quantity tracked par locations based on par count results. Previously, separate issue transactions were needed to reflect on-hand changes. Now, when certain conditions are met, like using quantity tracked sub-inventories and quantity plain terms, you can skip the manual transactions and have inventory levels updated automatically during par count. This streamlines the replenishment process to a significant level. Okay, this is how the page looks like. And the impact is significantly low. We don't have to manually enable this feature. There is some configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. All right, let me move on to the next section, which is shipping. Right. Let me. So the new feature with 25B we have with regards to shipping is manage shipping parameters using a Redwood page. So with the latest updates, managing shipping parameters has become much more easier. The new Redwood design page provides a cleaner interface to define how shipping operations interact with inventory management. Instead of navigating through the older user interfaces, you can now easily access, review, update shipping parameters right from the setup and maintenance area. This not only improves usability, but also helps team align shipping configurations more closely with their business processes. This is how the shipping parameter page looks like on the Redwood interface. Day-to-day work, right? The business benefit is the feature provides you the ability to effectively manage your shipping, your shipments with an improved user interface. The impact is medium. We do have to manually enable this option. There's no configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. New feature, which is manage shipping executions using a Redwood page. Handling unexpected events during shipping just got easier. The new Redwood interface for managing shipping executions brings a modern, streamlined experience to the setup and maintenance work area. You can quickly search, create, update. You can update the exceptions, whether they are related to shipments, picking, or batch processes as well. Each exception is categorized by severity, which means the kind of error, warning or informational messages, giving user a better visibility and control over what needs action and what's just a heads up. Right? This makes it much simpler to manage fulfillment disruptions and keep operations running smoothly. This is actually going to be very handy for the shipping era. The business benefit is it allows you to manage your shipping exceptions with improved user interface, of course, on the Redwood interface. The impact is medium. We do have to manually enable this option. There's no configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. Right, let me move on. Here of 25B, which is manage default packing configurations using a Redwood page. Packing items before shipping is a crucial part of fulfillment process. And now defining how items are packed just got a lot more easier. With the redesigned Redwood page, users can set up and manage default packing configuration through a much more user-friendly interface. From the setup and maintenance work area, you can now view, create, edit, or delete packing unit configurations tied to items. These configurations determine what packing units is used and how many items can go within each one key for automating shipments. It's all about simplifying setup while giving you better control over goods go out of the door. Right. This is how the page looks like. The business benefit, this feature provides you the ability to manage default packing configuration with the Redwood interface. The impact is low. We do have to manually enable this feature. There's no configuration required, and it's a quick win for the business. Move on to the next new update in 25B, which is manage shipping document job set rules using a Redwood page. Managing which shipment documents gets generated during pick release or shipment confirmation has become a lot more flexible now. With the new Redwood page, you can now define and maintain rules that determine which set of documents like packing slips or commercial invoices should be printed based on the specific condition. The new interface makes it easier to create detailed eligibility rules using attributes like customer or courier, shipping methods, or from ship locations. You can even use logical operators like and or at different levels. Levels like groups or rules or subgroups to fine tune when a particular document set applies. Okay, this is where we will be performing this. Able to create new shipping document job set rules. The business benefit is it provides you the ability to manage your shipping document job sets more efficiently. The impact is low. We do not have to enable it manually. It comes as a default feature. There's no configuration required, and it is still considered a quick win for the business. Let me move on to the next update, which is manage shipping document output preferences using a Redwood page. Setting up how and where shipping documents are delivered is much more simpler. Thanks to the redesigned Redwood page, from this modern interface, user can configure out like whether documents should be sent via email, fax, or printed, and even attach them to the shipments automatically. You have the flexibility to define preferences at different levels by job, by users, by roles, organizations, or even sub-inventories. Whether it's at the job set level or at the individual job level, everything can be managed in one place with more streamlined user experience now. This update helps manage the shipping document to reach the right destination using the right method without the need for manual handling. Yep. Sorry. The business benefit is this feature allows you to manage your shipping document output preferences more efficiently. The impact is low. We do have to manually enable this feature. There's no configuration required, and it's a quick win for the business. Right. Let me move on to the next new feature within shipping. The next new feature we have is manage transportation schedules using a Redwood page. Coordinating shipping and receiving times just got a lot more manageable now. With the new Redwood interface, you can now define and maintain transportation schedules directly from the setup and maintenance work area now. This page lets you set valid shipping and receiving days and hours for various parties like suppliers, carriers, customers, and internal organizations even. Whether it's when goods are sent out or expected to arrive, these schedules help align logistics with business hours, reducing delays and missed deliveries. It is much more easier way to handle what used to be fairly manual and rigid setup. This is how the page looks like. This is where we will be doing what we just discussed. And benefit it allows you to manage your transportation schedules more effectively. The impact is low. We do have to manually enable this feature. There is no configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. Let me move on to the next new feature, which is managing shipping cost types using a Redwood page. Tracking and categorizing shipment-related cost is much more easier with the new Redwood-based shipping cost types. Whether it's duties, handling fees, insurance, or transport charges, now you can view. Now you can view it, create, update this cost from a cleaner, more easier interface. This improved layout makes it simple to maintain accurate cost definitions across your shipping processes, all within the setup and maintenance work area. It's a small but important change that enhances how organizations manage and report logistic expenses. This is how the page looks like. Right. Yeah. Give me one sec. Okay. This feature provides you the ability to effectively view, manage shipping transaction costs, and it's a very helpful feature for the shipping organization as well. The impact is significantly low. We do not have to manually enable it. We do have to do some configuration setup for this option to be available, and it is considered a quick win. Right. Let me move on to the next important feature. Okay. The next important feature we have is manage shipping transaction corrections using a spreadsheet. Okay. When integrating with external execution systems, like handling shipping transactions error can be tedious, right? But now there's a more efficient way to manage those errors. Using a predefined spreadsheet template powered by Oracle Visual Builder add-in for Excel, you can download, review, correct, and reprocess shipping interface records right from the spreadsheet itself. You don't have to navigate to multiple screens. This spreadsheet connects directly to Oracle via download shipping transaction correction records in spreadsheet task. Once downloaded, you can view the error messages, make corrections, and upload the changes back into the system. Especially useful for transactions coming through FDBI, SOAP services, or REST APIs. This enhancement streamlines error resolution, cuts down on back and forth navigations, and puts everything into a familiar Excel-based workflow. Right, it's the impact is low. We do not have to manually enable it. There is some configuration setup required, and it's considered a quick win for the business. We move on to the next option we have. This is probably the last one within the shipping area. It's the new feature we are going to talk about is manage shipment interface record using a spreadsheet. While working with external transportation systems, like shipment data often flows in through some sort of integrations. And when issue arises, it is important to act immediately. This new feature lets you manage shipment interface records using a predefined spreadsheet built with the Oracle Visual Builder add-in Excel. You can easily download the data using the download shipment message interface record in the spreadsheet task, review any errors, take the appropriate action from the spreadsheet itself, or you can, whether that's reprocessing the record or deleting the record altogether. Okay, it is a user-friendly way to clean up and control shipment data from sources like FDBI, SOAP, or REST APIs without jumping into multiple screens. Okay. Mike? The impact is low. We do not have to manually enable it. We do have to do some configuration setup to be able to use this feature, and it is not a quick win. That is it from the shipping side, I guess. Let's move on to the receiving area. Right. The first new feature we have within receiving within 25B is use improved search capabilities on expected shipment pages. Receiving goods accurately is the foundation to everything that follows within the supply chain operations, right? The Redwood expected shipment line page introduced earlier gave us a modern UI to work with, but now it's even better. This update expands the search capability, allowing the user to quickly find the expected shipment using the details like ASN number, transfer order number, return material authorization number, supplier item number, or the manufacturer part number as well. New filters under the source document and item areas makes it easier to narrow the results and act faster whether you're handling inbound supplier shipments or transfer order between the warehouses itself. It's about improving accuracy and saving time at the receiving dock. And this is how the page looks like. And the business benefit is this feature provides you the ability to more accurately find the expected inbound shipments. The impact is low. We do not have to manually enable it. There is some sort of configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. Since we are running short on time, let me quickly move on to the next new feature within receiving. The next new feature in receiving in 25B is use a Redwood template for automated debit memo failure notification. When a debit memo fails to generate during a supplier return, user typically gets notified, but now this notifications comes with a big visual upgrade. This update introduces a Redwood style template for debit memo failure alerts, bringing a cleaner, more responsive experience, whether you're viewing the message on email or through your worklist within the Oracle application. This design is not only more modern and readable, but it is also optimized for different devices. So you can quickly understand and act on the issue, whether you are at your desk or you're on the move using a mobile phone or a handheld device. This is how the notification looks like. This is how the notification looks like. The impact is low. We do not have to manually enable this. There's no configuration required, and it's a quick win for the business. Let me move on to the next new feature, which is use the improved search capability on expected shipment line pages. Right. The self-service receiving application now offers cleaner, more efficient experience, actually. Users can receive multiple items at once using a tabular view. They can search across multiple business units, export results for analysis. They can also view the key pages like order to receive and my receive now includes direct links as well. They will be able to source documents and allow users to show or hide columns as well. There are new attributes like invoice quantity, received by, requisitioning BU, are also visible when creating or receiving a receipt, reviewing a receipt, actually, making the receiving process faster and more easier. This is how the page looks like. They will be able to view all these details. They will be able to export the details in a spreadsheet as well. Okay, the impact is low. We do not have to manually enable this feature. Configuration is required, and it's not considered a quick win for the business. Yeah. Okay, let me move on to the next feature. All right. The next feature we have is use the Redwood template for creating ASN notifications. When an advanced shipment notice is created, you can send a notification to each buyer assigned to the purchase order. The buyer that are actually working on the purchase order, right? In this update, Now you can use the Redwood template to create ASN notifications, which are more user-friendly, more attractive, which gives you more visuals for the buyer to understand what exactly is going on, when exactly is that the shipment is going to come in, right? The business benefit is it provides your user with a modern look and feel for the ASN creation notification. This is how the notification page will look like when the buyers receive it. It gives them the clear idea. It gives them all the details about the order. Right. The impact is low. We don't have to manually enable it. There's no configuration required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. Okay. The next option we have here is receive multiple distribution purchase orders on the expected shipment lines and received line pages actually. This update allows you to receive and allocate quantities across multiple distributions on a single purchase order line directly from the Redwood receiving page. Depending on the routing method that you have selected while creating the purchase order, you can specify distribution quantities on either the expected shipment lines or the receive line pages actually. You can click the allocate distribution icon. You can click the allocate distribution icon to manually enter or automatically prorate quantities across different charge accounts, sub-inventories, or requesters. Once allocated, the system splits the PO lines by destination types to ensure accurate accounting. This feature helps streamline receiving while making sure each department or destination is charged correctly for the share of the order. Right. The impact is low. We do not have to manually enable it, but we do have to do some configuration setup to use this option, and it is considered a quick win for the business. Right. We move on to the next page. Next option we have. And the next option we have, probably the last one within the receiving area, is manage receiving transaction interface using a spreadsheet. This enhancement makes it much easier to handle receipt records that fail to process due to data issues when using services like REST API or FTDI. With the new Redwood enabled spreadsheet template, you can download, review, correct, re-upload interface records directly from the Excel sheet using the Oracle Visual Builder add-ins. You can simply use the tracks for downloading receipts and transaction interface records as well, make changes and reprocess the data, all without leaving the spreadsheet. You can perform all these actions within the spreadsheet itself. It's a streamlined way to clean up integration errors and keep receiving workflow on track. This is how the spreadsheet looks like. This is where we're going to make those changes and amend those errors. The impact is low. We do not have to manually enable it. There is some configuration setup required, and it is considered a quick win for the business. Right, that was it about the receiving section. Now we can move to the mobile inventory area as well. Okay, there are some significant updates within the mobile inventory area in the 25B update. The first one we have is manage receiving transaction interface record using a spreadsheet. Now, sub-inventory transfers are a quicker way to move materials within the organization, right? Now you have the ability to view all on-hand quantities, owning party information, as well as scan and enter the project task as well. There are plenty of things that we can do within this page. This is how the page will look like. This is where we will be entering all that information. It's quite a user-friendly page for a mobile application actually, because it adjusts itself depending on the size of the device that you're using. Right? It provides you the ability to perform sub-inventory transfer using a mobile device for items with dual unit of measures, right? Or which items, if these items are revision controlled items. So you will be able to see more information about this material. You're moving throughout the warehouse, you will be able to see this material information more accurately. The impact is low. You don't have to manually enable this option. We do have to do some configuration setup to be able to use this option, and it is not considered a quick win as per Oracle. Let me move on to the next option. The next option we have here is capture lot and serial number with streamlined flow for mobile cycle counting. Right. Well, cycle counting items with lot or serial control is now much more easier on a mobile phone. As you scan, the app instantly displays which lot or serial numbers have already been counted, which are still pending, and which do not belong in the location. You can scan in any order and just tap add lot or add serial number to register each one. This streamlined flow improves accuracy, prevent duplicates, and make the whole counting process faster and more easier, especially when handling large quantities. This is how the counting page looks like on a handheld device. Right? And the impact is medium. We do have to manually enable this option. There's no configuration required, and it is still considered not a quick win as per Oracle. Right, let me move. Feature, which is enter miscellaneous transactions on a mobile device using a streamlined flow. Right, this update makes mobile miscellaneous transactions faster and more flexible. You can now start by selecting either the account and reason upfront, and choose whether to begin the flow with sub-inventory or item, whichever suits you the best. Right, the system remembers your last use sub-inventory, and the scan flow stays on the same page for faster multi-item entries. Plus new fields like manufacturer, project, country of origin, and secondary unit of measures are now available to capture richer details of the item. And this is how the miscellaneous issue page looks like on a handheld device. The impact is medium. We do not have to manually enable it. We do have to do some configuration setup. It's not a quick win. Right. The next new update we have is confirm PICs using a mobile device with an improved user experience. This update simplifies and speeds up the confirmation using a mobile device. Instead of needing a PIC slip number upfront, users can now search open PIC slips by various criteria like destination sub-inventory, items, or PIC slip type, and even filter by due date as well. Once a PIC slip is selected, user can pick all items at once or scan item barcodes to confirm specific lines as well. The updated interface also shows more detailed PIC information, including manufacturer part number, packing strings, project, and task as well. These improvements reduce reliance on printed PIC slips and significantly streamline mobile picking operations, saving time and boosting warehouse efficiency in a significant way. This is how the page looks like on the mobile device. The impact is medium. We don't have to manually enable this option. Configuration is required, and it's not considered a quick win. Okay. Sec. Now, the next option we have is record part counts on a mobile device using a streamlined flow. The mobile part count process is now more faster and more flexible. Instead of navigating through multiple pages, user can scan items immediately after selecting a par location, making large volume counts more efficient. The app now supports item search, changing the count unit of measure, and provides additional information like manufacturer part number and um, packing strings during entry itself. There's also a new replenishment full bin action for both locator and non-locator control sub-inventories, and the ability to perform par counts offline with automatic sync once connected. These enhancements help users complete par counts faster, more accurately, even in low connectivity environments as well. Right. This is how the page looks like. The impact is medium. We do have to manually enable this option. There's no configuration required, and it is definitely a quick win. Next option, the next update we have is view additional information during put away using a mobile device. Right. The mobile put away process now includes enhanced visibility to help ensure goods are stored correctly. User can view key details like project and task, country of origin, packing strings, supplier items, manufacturer, and part numbers during putaways. Right. The updated enter put away details draw includes additional fields such as item revision, secondary quantity, deliver to details, and document references as well. Or it gives the warehouse staff all the context they need to validate items and reduce errors during putaways. Right, this is how it's going to look like. The putaway pages are going to look like on the handheld device. Right, the impact is low. We do not have to manually enable this feature. Configuration is required, and it is not a quick win as per Oracle. We move on to the next option, which is the last option within the mobile inventory. Right. This new update is called View Additional Information when creating a receipt using a mobile device. Right. Receiving on mobile is now more accurate and informative. When creating a receipt, user can view extra details like notes to receiver, supplier part number, manufacturer information, item description, and deliver to location as well, or right from the receive item card and enter receipt drawers. These, this actually adds visibility, helps ensure that goods are verified properly before the receipt is confirmed, reducing errors and improving the accuracy of inbound processing. Right. This is how the receiving page looks like on the handheld device. It gives you more details when compared to the previous versions, actually. The impact is low. We do not have to manually enable this feature. There is configuration required, and it is not considered a quick win as per Oracle. And the last update we have today is receive notification. This is about the project recall management, actually, which is receive FYI notification when a recall notice is ingested. Users with appropriate roles will now receive FYI notifications when new recall notices are ingested into the system in pending acceptance status, whether via Oracle curation services or external providers or REST APIs as well. These notifications include a direct link to the recall notices landing page, making it easier to review and take actions. Notifications are sent automatically for each scheduled process that ingests and validates recall parts. This feature improves recall management by providing real-time awareness, better visibility, and reduce manual follow-ups, actually, ensuring quicker compliance and response to critical recall events. Right. We do have other updates as well within the product recall management division. This is about define time frames to locate recall parts and withdraw irrelevant calls as well, right? So now we can define the transaction period in recall parameters to validate the receipts of recall parts and determine whether a given recall is relevant to your enterprise or not. Okay, this and at the same time, you can define a time fence in recall parameters as well to automatically withdraw if it is a relevant recall notice. Okay, the business benefit is this enhancement provides greater flexibility in recall management, enabling enterprises to redefine their recall process tracking and automate actions for improved efficiencies, unnecessarily avoiding, unnecessarily require recalls as well. The impact is low. We don't have to manually enable it. We do have to do some configuration setup as well, and it is not considered a quick win as per Oracle. That's about it from the inventory management area. I've tried to cover it as much as possible. I think I have exceeded the time as well. I'm sorry about that. Sachin, you can take it over from here.
Thanks, Muhammad Ali Mudassar, for the wonderful insights. As we have seen, there are a lot of impressive features that came up in this quarter release. Okay, let's quickly move towards the Q&A part now. Jamaluddin, could you please unmute yourself and check if we have received any question in chat or question panel from customer?
No, Sachin.
Okay, thanks for the confirmation. So yeah, so you will receive an email by next week wherein presentation and session recordings would be available to you at a single click. So and these are the upcoming sessions which you can see on the screen. Please register or ask your colleagues to register and be a part of this webinar. And if you have any issues while registering, you can connect to your support manager, respective support manager, and CMS operations team. Email ID is cmsoperations@mastek.com, and we will provide you valuable support as soon as possible. So before you leave us, we would like to quickly feedback on today's session, like like please rate your overall experience of today's session, where one being the lowest rating and 5 being the highest. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for once again for your valuable time. Take care. Goodbye.